this is a loser round. People get to go home, like you said. So there's a lot of pressure right now. Starting off early in the day, you don't want to lose out in this round. You get an equal ninth. You want to make it into the quarterfinals and keep this event in your scoreline.
Well, we're going to start off the morning with local girl Johanne Defay. And Johanne, a couple of nice taps off the top. Looking for more, not going to get it, but the heat's on.
Yeah, Johanne, for me, stand out in round one. The way that she performed in a stacked field. Solid surfing from her. And again, we're on that left, so I think Johanne's going to bring some great performances.
Absolutely performed. The top of the crowd there. Here's a replay of her opening wave.
Well, Johanne already warmed up, saw her have a free surf this morning. Just kicks out there, but good to just get that wave count up. Basically, you have a positioning where you want to be, but it's about kind of staying in that zone.
Here is our goofy foot competitor out of Tahiti. This is Vahine Fierro on the forehand and gets a nice hack in there. And another beautiful carve through that section, coming into the shore break and is able to finish off nicely. So probably the best wave so far. What do you think, Rosie?
Yeah, I'm thinking there's a lot of flow on that wave. I think we're even going to see Vahine build on that performance, just getting her heat started. Hear a lot of claps for her on the beach.
Here's a replay.
Yeah, on her forehand, so gets the smooth glide in, trying to gather that speed and really time those maneuvers with these sections. It's so important that when that wave stands up, that you're there to meet it. Love the bottom turn around that white water. Beautiful flow and speed that Vahine carries, and then that punctuation mark on the end section there. Good surfing from her.
And here comes Carissa Moore looking energized. Beautiful flow and aggressive turns through these sections. Moore lining up for the inside here. Bangs the lip a couple times, and Carissa Moore looks like she's already well warmed up.
Switched on, Cops. There's something about seeing a competitor when they stand up on their first wave. Beautiful to watch. And then Carissa tapping through these sections. Beautiful backhand surfing, just powerful and smooth. And then finding this inside section too, belting it. Carissa she's hungry. She's switched on. She has that one at the surf ranch, and she's just rolling with that momentum at the moment.
Another replay. Let's talk about the quantity over quality conversation, contrasting Carissa Moore and Johanne Defay on that last exchange. What do you think?
What I'm seeing from Carissa, she is so switched on.
Defay going to answer back here with a couple of big hooks on the backhand through the lip. A little bit bigger wave, but it closes out. But I love the intent of Johanne Defay.
Much spray. It's so dynamic. So she just waits, gets into that bottom turn. But this turn right here, just that release that she has, that extra bit of effort put in and emphasis.
So anticipating a larger score for Carissa Moore. Vahine Fierro up and riding. A couple of smooth arcs to start for the Tahitian surfer. And she continues that flow all the way to the inside. This wave stands up a bit more as it nears the shore break. And Vahine looking very smooth and paced throughout this wave.
Vahine on her forehand. Beautiful style. One thing, you'll notice with the backhand versus forehand on this kind of rip ball, it does sometimes tend to push you a little bit out on that open face. So you see those turns from Vahine, just cut back maneuvers, carving maneuvers, but then she finds a bit of bowl to work with. And as soon as you get that board a little bit more vertical, I 100% agree with you, Capo. This round has just become one of those ones when the music stops. You don't want to be in that third place position. You are gone skis from the event.
Glide through the lip there for Carissa Moore and catches a rail, so decides to kick out. So that was pretty unfortunate for Moore. She opened up with a 5.5.
Right now we've got this kind of southerly coming in, so the conditions are constantly changing like they've been over the last few days, and well, it's kind of warm out, which kind of scares the competitors because they know that wind is going to be breathing down their necks in their heats.
Thanks, Strider, as we see Carissa Moore belt quite a few turns on the backhand. Here's the replay.
Well, Carissa, this is one of my favorite turns of the morning. Just also finding that same release of the tail, but then unfortunately that wave didn't offer that second section to get right into. Still manages to find a few connections on the inside.
Behind her, Johanne Defay Jojo on a beautiful carve. Out into the open face a little bit more. That wave didn't really give her the lip, so she decides to kick out.
See Johanne. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there. Then kind of gets going. This wave kind of went into that deeper water. You can see there's not much of a lip to work with.
Knocking on the door, you can see the Roxy flag fluttering there. And Carissa Moore taking off. Glides through that section, winds up off the bottom, belts it off the top. Unfortunately, unable to pull down that backhand Rio.
Patches throughout the day that are going to be very contestable.
Johanne Defay fades off the bottom, snap off the top, working her way down the line, getting a little caught up on the heels there. Finds some open face for a carve. Wave rolling through, frothy on the inside section, but Johanne karate chops that for a finish.
Yeah, let's see if that improves the 277, needing the 483. I don't know if the number's going to go quite there to change the lead. But we'll see. And both, you know, we've been speaking about it, top two advance into the quarterfinals. So that third place, that's where you don't want to be in the situation.
You can see just got a little caught up there, but makes it good to come around that section, but that may suppress the score just a little bit, Ro.
Yeah, and you can see the subtleties, just that little bit of lump. It's really difficult to lay that rail when you have the chop through the space. Johanne does such a good job, and that low center of gravity that she has just helps her to negotiate the lumpy bits of water.
Yeah, the body mechanics and...
3 solid hits from her, though, Carps. I mean, yeah. we could see a lead change. Second place, that's the hot seat.
Moore off the bottom and an aggressive turn off the top. Hangs through there. She's got more for us. Another snap and just keeps busy on the open face. Carissa Moore surfing in a little bit of a faster gear than the other two women, in my opinion, out in the water. She's just fitting more turns in, and the emphasis on that first crack was impressive.
Wow, that was the best.
Well paced, and speaking of pace, check this out from Carissa Moore.
Watch that. Oh man, so much spray, Carissa. Everything about that turn, the way that that board was on that knife edge, the rail, the fins exposed, even on the bottom turn, just the degree of difficulty and the technical aspect of the surfing she's doing. That's going to all be taken into consideration from the judges. Oh, you hear the beach announcer just...
He's excited as well, and you can see Carissa on the backhand, which she's honed on a break on the south shore of Oahu.
Ending champ at this event, Carissa Moore.
Johanne Defay is going to stay busy, and that was a beautiful backhand re-entry as well for Defay. So Defay looks like she's on her way to answering back to Moore's challenge. One more time through the lip, coming through this inside section, and that's all it's going to offer for Defay, but applause from the crowd signifying a well-surfed wave for the local girl. If that's going to work out for her, here's a replay of Johanne Defay.
See how she stays low just to get around the section. Belts that lip. Cut back, you see, almost lost it right there. Rebounds, finds that lip. Solid surfing, Johanne Defay. Switched on this morning. Watch this first turn, Carps, just a sear through that lip, straight into that carve. So the sequence of maneuvers is just so well timed, and that's one thing about your backhand, is just having that timing.
There's a nice little left, similar to what we're seeing here, although it's a reef bottom, not a sand bottom. Vahine, now that is, you know, was probably a wave selection error for Vahine Fierro, because she waited all that time with priority and then just caught a closeout. As soon as we talk through this wave for Carissa Moore, who's been attacking the surf here, 7.67, highest single wave score on her last wave, and looks like she's on the roll here. Backside 3, just to spice things up with the ease, continues to flow down the line. And just for the finish, I love how she fit that backside 360 in just effortlessly. That was really confident, this performance. Let's take another peek at it.
Well, she's already locked in the best wave of the heat so far. Beautiful first turn, second turn, just looking to glide through onto this open face. Another just How cool was that? So seamless.
You don't see them very often these days, and but she fit it in with flow. So it wasn't like an ending maneuver. It was actually carried down the line, and to me, that was the impressive part about that.
100% was just the sequence. I mean, going from that carve straight into that 360, just cool to see.
Johanne Defay wants to keep pace and make sure she makes it into the quarterfinals. Little mishap there, so that's not going to be one of her top two. But the pace setter here this morning has been Carissa Moore, and she's up and riding again. Beautiful hook on the backhand. Let's just enjoy the surfing of Carissa Moore. Let's see how she does on the finish. Late section there, and continues to just move through this left-hander with endless backhand hooks. We'll see if she betters her 7.67, but the burners are on for Carissa Moore.
Carissa is going to be hard to beat in this competition. Goes on, but Carissa just locking into that form that we're so used to seeing from her. And the rhythm too. I mean, she just got off a wave that gave her an 8.27, and now she's found this little gem to work with. How fun is that? I mean, you have 35 minutes to play in this lineup, and Carissa is just locking into that fun element of surfing right now. Effortless, so much spray, board looks good, she looks fit. Oh, and right in front of her competitor, Johanne Defay.
And this is a nice study in the body mechanics of Carissa Moore on the backhand. How she's able to throw that back leg out, extend through those turns, and just actually beautiful in slow motion.
The head and the shoulders, that's so important too.
Johanne Defay racing down the line and no opportunity. She kicks out.
Goose.
That mongoose, you got it. Here we go. Carissa Moore, this should just be a ride-in for the defending champ because she's already got the work done. We're down to 50 minutes, 1 minute and 15 seconds.
It's been so much fun to watch. I'm actually sad to see her drop out of the mix here at the Roxy Pro. We'll see what happens in the next 45 seconds. Oh, that's cool. Mixing it up, Carissa.
I applaud that. Well, the dance, and Carissa Moore danced beautifully on this first song of the morning, heat number 1, round number 3 for the women, and it is done. Johanne Defay, Carissa Moore moving on. We're going to say farewell to Vahine Fierro. We're going to be back with an incredible heat. Stephanie Gilmore, Malia Manuel, Courtney Conlog coming up next.